He'll bring the sunshine.
Think real life.
Well, I
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. This thing don't give me the chance to see the preview. When I just click live on OBS, the thing just go live. I don't know.
Mm.
YouTube, man, YouTube. Okay, what up? It's your boy the Little Molly Town. Yeah, that intro has just become a part of me. So what up? It's your boy Deliby, and welcome to Deliby Mo, and welcome to another episode of Contrast Podcast. I think we lost count already on the number of episodes we have. What
Yeah, but we
episode?
need to. I'll probably go one day and count every episode. We need to
We
keep
need
track.
to keep count. Yeah, we need to keep track because
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot. It helps in the motivation process. It helps in
Yes.
it and know how far we've gone and how much work we have been putting in. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So today, okay. Today, today's episode will be like you guys see is we give energy to the wrong things, and that says a lot. There's a lot that we have to talk about when you just have to like this topic. There's a lot
Mm.
to talk about. Um, I've been programming, not like is programming even the right word? I've been thinking of doing this topic like a personal
Mm.
podcast for so long, but recently I realized and I just based on some things blogs have been posting and the kind of topics that circulate on groups. I know we have Molitown group and Contrast podcast group. So the kind of topics that I realize that guys who want to come up with topics, or even sometimes us, we are guilty of it. Sometimes the topics that we come up with are not. Are always pointing on the negative part of what we have going on. It
Mm-hmm.
may be positive, but what we lay emphasis on is always the negative part of it, like things that don't matter, things that in a nutshell, we scrutinize. Claudette, what's up? Welcome on board.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, so the topic of today is we give too much energy to the wrong things. What do you understand by that? Or based on everything in Cameroon, not only music, not only movie, about life in general.
Mm.
Okay, comparing things, foreign content and our content. You know,
Mm.
when we try to compare those two things, we give a lot of foreign content a hall pass, a lot. But
Mm.
when it comes to our own content, we scrutinize it a lot.
Mm.
You know, we always try to look at the negative or the errors or the mistakes or the bad side of everything we do. But if that same thing, if the same thing happened on another show or something presented by somebody else out of the country, we
Mm.
just let it slide.
Mm.
Yeah, we just let it slide. And that's what I've noticed about us. And I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I do it. But I just realized that when we promote those kind of things, when we give those kind of things the energy we give, that's it's almost like publicity and promoting that negative aspect of that thing, and that will make just that negative aspect of that thing popular than actually what is good about the whole project or the whole process or the whole thing.
Mm.
You know, it's like promotion, but
Yeah.
giving
Okay.
that aspect of that thing a face which the face which you guys see and talk about a lot, that's the face everybody will see. I used one
Mm.
small example. um, yeah, I just wanted to read a comment there and it took cut my chain of thought. Like,
Mm.
yeah, the negative. Wait, what the example I was trying to use, because I went live and I was talking with somebody and we came up with an example that applies to this case. Anyway, while I'm recollecting my thoughts, do you have anything to say on this subject?
Yeah, so for me, I'm in no way saying it's okay to focus on the negative rather than the positive, but I just want to come from a place of understanding. First of all, it's like parents criticize their children more than other people's children. Like when you're at home, you feel like I, as a parent, I have to tell you all the wrong you're doing and everything. But when they go and even if it's other people's children will do the same thing, they don't react the very way. So I think it's a very thing with our entertainment industry. We feel like it's our own, and if we don't speak up about these things, if we don't change this stuff, nobody really will. And it's not just a thing unique to the Cameroonian entertainment industry or the Cameroonian scene.
I also
You
have a point to
listen
say about
to
that.
yeah, you listen to Nigerian blogs, you listen to Nigerian TV shows or Ghanaian TV shows, you see they criticize their own things to a lot. Even Kenyans, they criticize their own things to a lot. It's just we as human beings, we are just programmed in the way we are our worst critics. That's just the truth of the matter. We are our worst critics, and sometimes the criticism is coming from a place of we want to change things. Sometimes the criticism, unfortunately, in our entertainment industry is coming from a place of okay, I want to bring everybody down, I want to bring people down or stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, like I get your point. I get what you're saying. Okay, but
Mm,
okay, let me just use this case of this Biggie 237 as an example. On Big
mm,
Brother Nigeria or Big Brother Africa, when the show is going on, okay, when it comes to these housemates, like when it was Big Brother Africa, you had nationalities from South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, everywhere, okay? Some of them, when they talk and they try to speak English, some of them don't have proper English because of the language they use in their countries,
mm,
and sometimes their accent mess it up, okay? And sometimes they cannot get a correct sentence across. Sometimes they just
mm,
mess it up, but just because they come from countries where they say it is English Africa, English country, you know, they get the nomination and they get them on the show.
mm,
So, one small example on this Biggie 237, though I'm not following the show, I've not even watched one episode. I'm just talking about based on what I've seen
mm,
propagating, like the impression I already have about the show.
mm.
Without watching it, this is what I have about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that, and it's almost just like a foreigner coming to watch the show, just like I'm putting myself like a foreigner wants to discover something Cameroon does. Um, Cameroonians, guys on the show, let's just go first of all to the host. Okay, as they were talking about the whole shoe, saying it's one old shoe, and Daniel. Daniel, the guy now who calls himself now the town crier, okay?
Mm,
And he was first of all Danny Green, and he has gone through so many faces. I guess town crier is the new face that is working for him. So Daniel made a post about it and was laughing, like something about the man's shoes and blah blah blah. And they paid attention to it and dismissed it, and the man was trying to bring up something like his own fashion statement. Okay,
mm,
I recall back in Big Brother Niger, like the red carpet. I think I've forgotten the year. I think way the early 2010, 11, around those years. There's one
mm,
Nigerian guy that one slim guy that has an afro, always dressed like a girls and have one long heel shoes. That
mm. I don't know his name, but I know the person.
yeah, that was when he just came on, and that was where he just started. So he came on that panel too, was doing all that. When he dressed like that and came to that panel, he dressed like that, and it was strange, like something nobody has seen. So Nigerians, when you go on Twitter, nobody complained about his dressing, nobody complained about the way he was, nobody talked about it, and he himself in point brought up those things like this is fashion statement, like this is what he wants to do, like it's like yeah, old grammar shoes and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. So when Nigerians big him up and say he's unique, he's trying to put out his own, you know. But on our own show in Cameroon, okay, we decided to lay emphasis on the guy's shoe and make that a headline, made it a trending photo instead of the show, instead of what you guys are
Mm-hmm.
trying to promote. I don't think Cameroonians know the importance of the show.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of this show is to expose the diversity in Cameroon, the kind of people in Cameroon, the way we live, the way we behave in Cameroon, what we have in common, the good things we have, okay, in Cameroon, and to make all these various aspects of us, the diversity in Cameroon, to make it lucrative and to make it marketable. That's the idea about this show. And it is to make the show popular in such a way it can bring foreign investors onto the show, so it can increase, because this big brother thing, like in Nigeria, you see they call artists like sometimes Olamide performs there, the video has performed there, those other things. Foreigner, like the sponsors who bring in the money to the show, it permits those artists to perform for those big amount of money. So when you give this, when you guys paint what you guys have and you're trying to push out to the world, when you paint it in that negative light, it diminishes the value of the show, and instead bring out, maybe if you guys want to promote the show like something that brings out the caricature of the Cameroon society, yeah, you should just name it that. And that doesn't go just to that big BB thing. It goes to every aspect of the industry. It goes to the
Yeah.
movie side, it goes to the music side, it goes to everything. Yeah, I know there are some whack songs out there. See, I myself always say when music is whack, I say it's whack. But when you see good music, focus, like bring out the positive part of the music. Even if I say a song is bad, I always appreciate the creativity about it, even if the quality is not good. I'll always, if the video, like so many times I've talked about somebody who has great visuals but a whack ass song. I've talked about appreciate the visuals, like the collaboration or the moves they are making on the project to make it what it is, but I just don't like the song.
Yeah.
But I see why somebody may like the song, because of the extra things used or added onto the song to make it what it is. But we Cameroonians, we focus mostly on, not we Cameroonians, like, okay, we blacks, we scrutinize, even in the USA. It's okay. There are media companies like Academics and TMZ. Okay, TMZ is owned by a white guy. There's Vlad TV. Vlad TV is owned by a white guy. Academics is a black guy. Okay. Most of the time, rappers call Academics up for talking on topics that were posted by TMZ. They don't go at the white man. They don't question the white man. They don't question somebody who is out of their culture, like somebody who is foreign. They always question their own. I always ask them, why did you talk about this thing, about my thing? Why? Hey, I'm just like the fit person talking about this shit. Why didn't you talk about the other guys who talked about it?
Hits home.
Yeah, they always go to the person closer to them. Try, because they feel like that man it'll me, it'll if I easily attack you, or easily get my point across. I don't know why, but it's just our nature. It's just, I don't know why we are wired that way. It goes to, right, if you can be that way in the USA, just see, like blacks always scrutinize blacks, criticize blacks, come at blacks. Come back to Cameroon. It goes now to us Africans who are black. But now we do regional criticism. Like this one come from Nigeria, it must be better than what we have back home. You get my point. So that's just, yesterday there was one thing that made the headlines again about that Biggie 237 granite oil. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Granite oil.
Like, I know it already went half.
What the fuck?
It's so funny what people focus on. I'm like, how do you notice that in a room full of so many things? How is that the thing that catches your attention?
The point is bloggers propagate this shit because they push out that thing. Bloggers do it. And I'll start calling you bloggers out one by one when I see you guys doing that shit. 237 Showbiz, you do that thing a lot. You just do it, put that your caption, and yeah, especially when it goes to the man talks here, or you guys just always pick up so many bloggers. There are so many. Sometimes some of the bloggers just take things and run with it without even confirming it, like Miss Gina.
Mhm.
There are so
Mhm.
many of them. Almost every blogger in Cameroon does this shit.
Mhm.
That's why when I talk about not reading Cameroon blogs, you see these guys coming at me. But I have a valid point for saying all those things. You guys don't make
Yeah.
me feel like I can trust you guys, or I can even expose you guys to somebody. No,
Mm.
you bring out the negative part of, not like the negative part of it. You guys just want to come up with content, things that will be clickbaity. You don't care the impact of whatever you post. That's just it. The only impact you care about whatever you post is the traffic you have. You don't care
Mhm.
about, okay, after that traffic, because that's fast, that's instant traffic. After that traffic, okay, when the traffic has died down, what will be the impact, or what will the impression that content you put at that point will leave behind?
Mm.
They don't think about that. They just focus on guys who just come there now to see that thing and make fun and joke about that thing and create that negative impression that thing has at that point and leave. What's up, DJ Jabs?
Yeah. Hey, DJ just in the building.
But you always come and greet boss lady first. I'll give you fine.
DJ Jobs, hi.
I'll give you fine. Okay.
Mhm.
Zeflan Claudette has something to say to him. I was watching the show today and on Facebook, and someone said he's watching from Nigeria, and every day, and everybody was like, Nigerians don't hear, instead of making them know what we are up to. I don't get it.
Mm.
Okay, she said Nigerians, like somebody was watching the Biggie 237, right? And the person said they are watching from Nigeria. Okay? And the
Mm.
Cameroonians were like, what are Nigerians doing here? Instead of letting Nigerians know what we got going on.
Grand ambition. Anyway.
Ah, dumb man.
Yeah,
Do you think
but
Nigerians
I
decided they should have just put that thing on one local station, that Big Brother thing, but they decided to put it on an international TV station, My TV, or because
yeah.
they know everybody in Africa will watch it. Lockdown comedy, what's up?
Yeah. Like everybody in Africa should watch it. I also feel like um it's not just a because the Big Brother Nigerian quality is better. That's why Cameroonians say it's better. They say it because it's actually better, and it's not me
It
trying to throw
is.
shade to
I know.
the our reality show. It's just better,
I
but also
know.
it's better because this is time. They have had time and they have more money put into it, more investments put into it, and this is our humble beginnings. And I get that. Okay, there'll be complaints and whatnot, but I would prefer we Cameroonians come from a state of mind of, you know what, I'm proud about my humble beginnings, and I'm not going to over capitalize on the negative side. And there are a lot of Cameroonian musicians and artists coming up and saying, let's do this, it's 237 on the map, it's 237, we should do it for all of us and stuff, because it's not just a, I don't know, the team putting this thing together. It's not just their thing. It's a
Yeah.
whole, this is a show from Cameroon to the world. This is a show representing Cameroon. It has the Cameroonian mark on it.
Yeah.
It's not, if the show fails, it's not going to be those people. It's going to be Cameroonians wanted to copy Nigeria or Africa Biggie, and they failed. Yeah,
Right.
that's what people are going to say. That's what the headlines are going to say. So it's not just
Yeah.
going to be a disgrace for a particular group of people. So we as Cameroonians really need to reshape that. I just before we started this, I was listening to one comment. I think Oboida Comics. There's this whole saga going on with Freaky Table. They said something about the comedians. Then comedians are responding and really coming at some of the hosts and stuff. So Oboida Comics was basically saying like, how comfortable we find it to discredit our own selves, and how we feel like, okay, I want to get their attention, like what you were saying about the blogs. But then you if you start a show and the way you're promoting that show from the beginning is with negativity, how long is that negativity going to last? That's why you have Cameroonian shows not having like several seasons, because promoting a show and if the lifeblood of a show is the negativity you can put out there, how long are you going to last? How consistent can you be in that whatever negativity you're trying to put out there? So it's it's just we Cameroonians just need to do better. First of all, we first need to just start working on our state of mind, because I feel like it all comes from this state of mind that it's not just it doesn't just show itself in our entertainment world. It shows itself in everything we do, day to day movement, everything. We are very critical of ourselves. We don't like ourselves. We're just very critical. We just need to change that. Yeah.
It's not only about Paola. There's somebody trying to wash it and they said it's not working. So it's not just ourselves. I don't know. I don't want to get too deep, but do you know other races don't care? They don't behave the way we blacks behave.
Mm.
It's just a simple fact.
Yeah.
I just think of it because you don't see Asians acting that way. You don't see Jewish guys acting that way. The worst is Caucasians. You don't see them acting that way amongst themselves. But blacks, we classify ourselves in ranks. Rich blacks classify themselves with like I'm better than this black and this black and this black, and it goes down to now country. This country believe they are better than this country, this country, this country. Just us blacks, we dissect ourselves within us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We just dissect, like criticize, we scrutinize ourselves, like we just I don't know, man. When I came up with this topic, I was just the biggie thing happened, and I saw the biggie thing, and I was also listening to academics when he was talking to DJ to Adam 22 of No Jumper. If anybody has watched that, I don't know if you guys follow No Jumper, but it's just crazy shit. I'm a podcast head because I listen to so many podcasts, Joe Budden podcast, Hotbox with Mike Tyson, and all that shit. So when I'm listening to all these things, I just realize no other race act towards their fellow race the way we act towards ours. I don't know if it is inferiority complex. I don't know if this. I don't get it. I'm talking about this thing right now. I'm guilty of it. Okay? Because I don't know if that's how we were raised. I don't know if that's how, but it's something really bad because he was talking with Adam and Adam was talking about certain things that if Adam as a white media host or media business owner say or DJ Vlad say, everybody or rappers would just say, it's a white boy trying to understand the culture and understand the. But if he says it or asks those kind of questions DJ Vlad is asking, oh my God, they'll cancel him. Okay, academics is cancelled. You know, when he was saying all those things, I was just like, did this guy know this? What I was thinking this morning, or how this topic, this thing this guy is talking about today, right down to us in Cameroon, like the whole thing has just been annoying because the reason it's annoying is because I know for a fact I'm guilty of it. All of us are guilty of it. All of us. So
Yeah.
I just don't know
Yeah.
why we are wired that way. I don't just know why we act that way. I don't just know. It also goes back way back when I said we preach unity online, but we don't want unity. Even if we try to practice it, but we don't pull through because there's just something within us that will just make you feel like you're better than this black. Maybe because you have a fairer complexion than that person, or you have more money than that person, even if you guys have the same complexion, but if you have slightly more money than that person, you see yourself slightly above that person. Us blacks, we find a way, one criteria to differentiate ourselves from the rest. That's just how it is.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm trying to play a blame game, because at the end of the day, if we have a problem, we are the people who really need to care about that problem and need to change it. So I'm not in any way, let me start with that disclaimer, trying to play the blame game. But if we look at the black history, the history of the black man, we'll see that there has been a lot of, first of all, the history that we know, the history that we are taught in school was not really written by the black person. There's a lot
Boom.
of we reading history and feeling shitty about ourselves, feeling like we are nothing, because the achievements of the blacks are not really shown. Like we don't have stories which tell us our ancestors built this or built that. So first of all, we don't have that good feeling like we come from a place of genius. We don't have that good feeling like we come from a place of we could create, we can make something good of ourselves. If I know the history I was taught in school, it was always this black man betrayed this black man took bribe from here.
Yeah.
That's the history we know about our ancestors, and that's what we have grown up with. That's the mentality we have grown up with. This is who we are. So I'm not in any way saying it's okay or we should stay in that mentality, although there's no way we can get out of it. But I'm just saying, no, knowing that foundation and knowing this is where we come from, and that's the first step in knowing how to fix it. Now, I would say one way in which we can really work on this, I listen to a lot of spoken word, and I listen to, there's this channel which I've forgotten the name, but it's a professor who basically she goes deep into history. She's an African American based on her accent, but I feel like she was brought up in Africa, but she has the kind of American accent, and she always goes like deep and says, for example, ancient Egypt, whenever you watch a movie about ancient Egypt, it's always portrayed like white people, but this is an African continent. Why is it white people in this continent? Yeah, so it's like, it's because civilization began in Egypt, it could not have started with black people. So there are all these things which we as blacks need to really be taught about, to know that there are actually great things which blacks have done before. There were investigations when the whole slave trade thing was going on. There were these scientists which people felt like they were really reliable, who came up with proofs showing that the white man is more intelligent than the black man. There were all these proofs and stuff that were like, as far as you're black, you're not as intelligent as the white man. So there are all these things which we need to be able to, I'll say, relearn and teach the growing black population that your ancestors did great things. You too can do great things, and that's all in the mindset thing. That's the thing which I feel we have been taught, and from generation to generation we are carried and we are hated ourselves. Even when we look at the situation of apartheid in South Africa, I know I'm really getting historical now, but we look at the situation of
because it's the
apartheid
same
in,
topic. It's the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah, we see that the way that people were able to rule the system is making some population of blacks feel like you're better than another. So it kept this division between them. How would you explain in a country where there are majority blacks than white, is the blacks who turn to have the power? It's because you keep the blacks divided, and you kept them divided by saying, Zulu people, you're better than the Tasa people, you're better than these people from this region, you're better than your fair skin, you're better than this group of people. So everybody felt like superiority. I don't want to mingle with these people. We don't want to come together and fight against this. And this is the very thing we today, present age, we are facing in the African continent, because some African countries feel like we are better than these people, we are better than these people, we are better than these people. And then we still maintain that divide, and we cannot come together and see that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. If at the end of the day I see something happen to a black man from wherever, I will not be asking like, oh, from which country or whatever. I see you, and I, like when the thing happened with George Floyd, it was not. I was seeing my brother. I was seeing somebody I could relate to. So we really need to reshape that mindset. Yeah.
On that topic, the messed up thing about that topic is when you see that thing happen like that, you feel that instant rage for as long as you see that post and as long as you see the hashtag going on. When those hashtags disappear, you revert back to the old self, to who you are.
Yeah.
That's just who we are.
Yep.
How many times have these things happened? And how many times have you
many.
seen hashtags and seen protests, seen all these things? But once that energy dies down, everybody goes back to, man, you don't belong to this neighborhood, you don't belong to this class, you don't belong to this part of us, you don't. Oh man. And then it goes back to the doctrine, the way we grew up, what they taught us growing up. Yeah. Then you were saying something about civilization starting in ancient Egypt, and you wanted to say how come civilization started with whites instead of black, blah blah. And yeah,
Egypt is African country.
Yeah, but everything in the world was written by people. Everything we study now, including the Bible. They said Jesus was born in Nazareth. Like, where's Israel? Like, where's Nazareth? What kind of ethnic people are found in that part of the world?
Mm.
But what we have portrayed, like everything we have in churches, even in Cameroon, is a white man just
White skin.
with that round
Crazy.
thing over the head.
Crazy.
So it's just like we grew up knowing. And the thing is, we know sometimes we come to the realization that we have been played.
Mm.
You know, we come to that realization for a split second. Then after that, we go back. I don't know. That's some kind of deep programming shit. That's just some. Sometimes we
Yeah.
come to the
It's
realization,
Matrix. It's like the Matrix.
like what I'm talking right now. It's like I've come to the
Mm.
realization. I've been there and been planning to
Mm.
talk about this topic. It's just this whole biggie thing and this academics thing, like this podcast that I've been listening. It's just like these guys are thinking about the same thing I'm thinking, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and everything I'm trying to is portraying everything I think is wrong, and I'm seeing it.
Mm.
We Cameroonians are doing it now on our own show, the Biggie Show. Mind you,
Mm.
like I'm saying, haven't watched up to 60 seconds of that show,
Yeah.
but the things I've seen trending about the show are things that make me don't want to watch it.
Okay. Yeah, but also you need to realize that those things that are trending about the show, that's what makes reality lovers love a show. The fact that people hated on the Kardashians, that's what made
Okay,
people want
wait,
to
wait.
tune
What
into the
makes the
Kardashians.
Kardashians trend?
First of all, the Kardashian, the whole origin of the Kim sex tape stuff, and people talking about it, that was like the birth of the popularity of the whole Kardashian family.
Yeah.
In my opinion, yeah, and also the hate they have been getting over the years, either it's for the fake what, the fake this, or the social climate, or whatever. Are you really celebrities or not? All that hate,
And
that's what make people tune
yeah,
into reality
to
TV.
tune
So,
into reality TV show, they scandal,
mhm,
they hate, they
exactly.
they the fake things they do, okay, because they want
Mm.
to create a narrative. Because I know those girls, they control the narrative.
Mm.
They make the show what it is because they understand the marketing part of it and shit. But I'm talking about us in Cameroon. What we decide to make the part of the show which we want to make popular.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
I
what I'm
just believe
saying,
the organizer, I just believe the showrunners don't still understand the social media game, or how to play the social media into the show. Reality
mm,
TV is scripted TV, so these guys should not just come in here thinking that they just want to put a couple of people together for them to act the way they act back home. No,
mm,
reality TV is scripted. So if you guys are letting this kind of narrative dominating what the show is all about, it means you guys don't understand what you want the show to portray. The
yeah,
image
but
of the
what
show
I'm
has to be presented by the directors of the show, the producers of the show, and the distributors of the show.
mhm. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, first of all, those people, it's true you could, like, Kardashians could control what they do on the platform, but they can never control what bloggers write about them, what TV stations say about them, right? And for me, I feel like when the hate increases, it leads to more views on these reality platforms. I feel the reason why that has not led to a view for you is because, first of all, you're not a reality TV person. But I'm telling you what people have been sending online about Biggie 237 is what makes people want to tune into Biggie 237. For example, the picture of a guy and a girl being very close on a bed, and somebody captioning, I said somebody will get pregnant by the end of this show, and we're like Cameroonian just in the first night and stuff, like the beds are too close and stuff. That makes people want to tune into the show. Okay, what's happening here? What's happening here? Or like they have put out the schedule of this day you speak French, this day you speak French. Then somebody puts in a screenshot and saying the house is very quiet because today's the French. Those are the kind of things that people tune in to watch. Like, is this really happening and stuff? That's what reality lovers love. Reality lovers love drama. So if it's like the negative, the drama happening in the house, although those bloggers might not be putting it out there with the intention of we want to help the show, we just want to spread our own thing. But I'm saying I do believe that it's also going to drive like more traffic to these reality shows, because the very people who love the negative news, the very people who love the gossip, the very people who love the drama, these are the very people who love reality TV. And if
Yeah.
these bloggers are saying on this reality TV, you get the drama, you get the negative and everything. It's very poor tuning. So for me, it might be negativity they are putting out there, but for me, I think in the long term, it might be good for the reality TV because they are targeting the right audience. Unlike other platforms, like if you say somebody's music is whack or so, people who tune in to listen to music want to listen to good music. But reality TV, people don't care about that. People want the most ratchet person.
Exactly.
Like I know of like it was Honey Boo Boo, or like there are a lot of shows that have gone viral in America. And I'm like, what am I watching? Like, do I have to sit and watch this? So reality TV, people want exactly. People want the most ratchet thing. So the more ratchet things bloggers can even say about this Biggie 237, the more they'll get the right audience. So if for once, I feel like this strategy of instead putting out this hate there might instead work in advantage of the whole thing. So I don't know. Yeah, but I think so.
Okay, DJ Ezeroy Comedy is present. He's live, but he's coming at me first. He just came with a bullet, with an attack. Nigga, I told you I'm live. He just came with an attack, okay? That he cannot believe. He cannot believe I haven't watched 60 seconds of the show, and these guys are trying their best, and it's so sad. Disrespect! This is where you say disrespect.
Disrespect. This is disrespect. Come on.
I said, and you're here saying it. No. Listen.
What?
I wanted to come up with an excuse right now, but I don't have any. Okay.
Just apologize and go and watch the show. Just apologize and go and watch it.
I may apologize now and say I'm going now to watch the show. And when I go to watch the show, I may just run into something and start doing it. That's just how I am. I do a lot of stuff. I'm very disorganized. That's just me. I'm so disorganized. So I'm great at what I do, but I don't organize what I do. The things I do, I'm great at them, but I just can't organize them. Like do this, do this, do this, do this. No. So if I say I'll find time and watch the show, come on, man, I'm live. So I just wanted to read better messages. So I don't go to some there's some person blah blah. So what I'm saying is I wanted to watch the show, okay? I even went to their Facebook page, like even when we were live, I even went to their Facebook page and tried to pick up I apologize. I've already apologized. Like I said, I'm sorry, I haven't watched it, but I know I'm disorganized. So I'm actually telling you guys now, if I say I'm leaving here to go and watch the show, I don't know how long I'll stay on the show to watch it, but something may come up that will make me prioritize that over the show. It's just all a matter of priority. But like I said, every time I just go on social media, the only thing I see about the show are things that don't interest me. Like you're talking about somebody's shoes, you're talking about oil, groundnut oil, and I'm like, out of everything happening in the house, so there was no conversation in that house that made you feel like, is that person dumb? Is that person stupid? Why is that girl acting the way she's acting? Did this person like reality TV show stuff, like ratchet shit?
Yeah,
You know,
but you understand that for the first 2 days first there was an issue with sound, so people are not even getting the sound. So it's now that people are getting to
I saw that too. I saw that trending too. So I'm actually watching a reality TV show, streaming it, and there's no sound. Like I saw that on Twitter.
And I was like, this really goes to show how much Cameroonians love this idea. I want to support it, because can you imagine that there was no sound for all that period, but you go under there, you see around 600 people watching live, 700 people watching live, and I'm like, if we could sit here and watch this silent, 700, 600, then just imagine if it's like good quality, sound quality, engaging and everything, the number of people that will be tuned in here. It just goes to show like how much Cameroonians are ready to support their own. Like we really need to give Cameroonians some credit. They turn out to support when they feel like this is good stuff. They do turn out to support. Yeah. True. Some people stayed there for the comment section because the comment section was,
if I go down,
engaging too.
Let me see. Will I go for the comment section? There are certain posts that or videos or things that are good there for the comment section, but I don't think a reality TV show is one of them.
Yeah, but when there's no sound, you have no choice. Like, for example, when I went there was no sound. I could not just be looking at people's faces. I just had to be scrolling. Okay, what is this person saying? What is this person saying? Yeah, that was it. That was it. But yeah, but now they have fixed the sound. I saw Edilo Driving. He posted something saying he visited the place and they are trying and their equipments are good. And then Bless B seemed to saying he's willing to help. Phil B too saying something about it. So like a lot of Cameroonians are really getting on board and really wanting to make this work. It's true we have this self hate and we have this thing which we criticize our own a lot, but I'll
Yeah.
give Cameroonians some credit and say when they see that we should support this, they do turn up and they do support. Yeah.
But to be honest, Ezeroy, if you heard me talking about it, I'm just talking about the kind of impression these guys are giving the show to somebody new like me. I'm a new viewer right now. I haven't been watching it from the beginning. So if I'm coming to the show now, I'm coming as a new viewer. So everybody who is doing their best to make the show go out there, how are you selling the show to me? It's not all about me promoting my own, because if you're talking about somebody in the USA, there's so many shows. There's Inc, Loving Hip Hop, there was TRL that got cancelled, there's Hip Hop Square. There are so many shows. So how are you selling the show? You can't stay an American or a black man in America that you have to watch Hip Hop Square because it's hip hop is black. Oh. He has to know what is there. What can he get from there? Is it comedy? Is it funny? Is it so it's
Yeah.
just like selling the show to me. For me to time is money. Sell the show to me, so if I'm watching it, I know, okay, I'm deriving this kind of satisfaction from it, or this kind of thing is there. There's some guys that love fighting.
Yeah.
Hell, if I watch the show someday, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's
I'm not saying I want them to
um,
fight on the show, but I'm just saying if I hear that somebody fought, I'll go back to see what caused that fight.
Okay, let me tell you about fighting. Of recent, there were two girls who were quarreling over, I think they were quarreling over watermelon or so. And people were like, people are quarreling over food and stuff. So it created a lot of buzz so
Oh
online.
boy.
That's beautiful, yeah. So that there are exciting things happening. If you just
Yeah.
go and type hashtag Biggie237, there are a lot of exciting things you see happening in the house. And yeah, it's I think I was afraid. I remember the first time we spoke about this, I was afraid about the if the contestants will be bold enough, if they are going to be timid in the house, but this is not the case. They are bold and they speak their mind and they are ready to give us a real ratchet show, which a reality
No,
show
because
drives
right from
people
the
to the
first day when they
reality
said some
show.
people were scared or timid, I believe right from the first thing people were saying, like the contestants are shy, I believe the showrunners talked to them after that before the next episode. I believe the showrunners told them, if you're not ready to do the shit, bounce or you leave. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that geared them up to give the second episode or what everybody enjoyed during the second episode.
Yeah. And also there was this lady who she posted a video saying the organizer should tell them how to vote from abroad, because right now there's just a number which you can vote, whoever you're supporting their number to MTN, so there's no link online where you could vote. So she was like, the diaspora that she has for friends, the diaspora community is ready to support, and how can you vote from the diaspora side and stuff. So, and a lot of people were like reacting to that. So it's not just Cameroonians in Cameroon, even the diaspora too is turning up and they want to support. So I feel like all this is just a learning experience. This is one of the last one they had.
I just believe
Like,
by the time they get to, because reality TV shows always get to something like 20 episodes or 30, I think. I believe by the time they get to 15 or the 20th, they may have figured a lot of shit out.
Yeah, I just let's give them some time and some breathing
Yeah.
space. It's true. They made a lot of mistakes starting up and there are a lot of excuses and stuff.
Simple example is go
Stick
and
for
watch
days,
Conrast
yeah.
Podcast episode 1.
Woo! Woo! That was woo!
Go and watch episode 1. I don't even know where it is.
Oh my
Was it on
God.
Chakra TV or Molly Town? I don't even know.
I don't know.
It
Oh my
was-
God.
Just audio,
Wow.
and we were frozen there like that.
Wow.
And obviously had static
We have
noise.
come a long way.
So listen, and we are still not there. Okay,
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah.
not the best, but like I said, by the time they get to the 20th or 25th, like around there, they'll figure the shit out, like bit by bit. every
Yeah,
episode
and
fixes some shit.
I'm really excited. I'll tell you, I'm really excited about Biggie 237 because I know what Biggie Niger or Biggie Africa has done for the Nigerian entertainment industry.
Yeah.
The impact is great. We might not see the impact. It's not just, it doesn't end just at watching the reality show. Africa is embracing the show. On this platform, Cameroonian music is being played. On this platform, Cameroonian entertainment scene, like Cameroonians are not going to go to other countries and people after this show becomes a thing and people ask questions like, is there a Cameroonian entertainment industry after Biggie 237 becomes a big deal in Africa? So I'm really excited about where this show is taking our industry to, and I just feel like we should give them room for error, because if we come out with so much criticism and
Who
so
came
much,
up with the
you
name
guys have to
Biggie two
be
three
to
seven
be
though? Why did they have to go with
I,
Big
I
Brother?
don't know. I don't know.
Why
I
didn't
don't
they
know.
come up
Yeah.
with a new name?
But I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's different. Biggie 237. I don't have
It's
any
still
issue with
something
it.
like Big Brother.
But it's Big Brother. It's Big Brother. It's
Should he
like
have to be Big Brother?
uh we don't have to be Big Brother, right? We don't have to be Big Brother, but I don't see any issue with Biggie 237. I don't see any issue with using that name,
I
because like it's like, for example, I get what you're saying. It's like how, because there's Hollywood, people feel like there should be Nollywood, there should be Bollywood, there should
the
be
Collywood.
Collywood, and all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. But like I don't think the name is the biggest issue right now. Probably in the future we might decide and say, okay, let's rebrand and change the name and
No,
like
if
what,
this thing
like the
become big, I think they should just run with that name. Because
yeah, but I
rebranding
don't
may
think
be a
it's a
bad
big deal.
idea.
Yeah. So my phone now, it's already at a 13%.
Yeah,
So
so we'll end it here today, okay?
have to soon go.
Guys, I wanted you
Yeah.
guys to give your point of view based on we give energy to the wrong things, okay? What do you think about that topic? That was just the whole reason, like for this dialogue, like for us. We just point out the negative shit in everything we do because we don't point that out for external content. We just point that negative part of it on, bring up, give emphasis to the wrong things that we have going on. Okay. So George, you're late. We are closing right now, and you're coming in. Lockdown comedy department. They laugh and laugh. David, yeah. Thank everybody who was here watching. First edition. Work criticism, make it grow and stick to the. Yeah. So Zinga is saying that gradually Biggie 237 will get there. Like it's just the first edition, the first try. So the critics, all the criticisms that they are getting right now, make it get there. So yeah, everybody who watched today, thank you guys for your input. We have Mark David, we have Lloyd, we have George, we have Lockdown Comedy, we have Claudette, yeah, it's Claudette. We have Is It Right Comedy, we have DJ Jabs. Yeah, Claudette was the first person here, and she's, I think, the last. Claudette, are you still here? So, thank you guys for contributing. Thank you guys for this topic. The beauty of podcasts is, you see, we've talked about everything based on this topic. That's the beauty of podcasts. We touch every segment of anything that has to do with the topic we're talking about. Okay, Claudette is here. Okay, yeah, you're my personal person now. You go be now personal person. Yeah, I don't get my own personal
Right.
person. If I own personal person, no, the sticker me get or run leave you. Fallon,
I
no,
tell you.
Fallon,
Hey.
personal person no day again. I don't know who say personal
Hey.
person don't go, and you had another one, your namesake. She's not here today, so Claudette,
Right. Like my phone
June,
keep on leaving me.
yeah, June, my own personal person. No, one of my
Oh
people, yeah,
God.
June, no, they here today. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, thank you guys for your support and your contribution. That's how podcasts are. So every day when we have an episode of a podcast, you guys tune in because the topics, you guys dictate the pace of the direction of the conversation. You know, when we are
Yeah.
talking and when you guys ask any question, it makes us dive in deep. Sometimes we may just have a shallow, straight to the point thing we are supposed to talk about a particular topic, but when you ask questions that give another side of the topic, it will make us say a lot. Like we've talked about a lot, talking about ancient Egypt and how doctrine, how we are trained, like how we are wired and all that stuff. Yeah, it has to do with this topic, and it has to do with why we think the way we think.
Yeah.
And a solution, that's the problem. That's identifying the problem and what's the solution to that problem. The solution is start reading. Like read, find out what black people have done in the past. Like, and then it also has to do with self conviction. Okay? Tell yourself this is what you want to do. You're not doing this because you heard this thing in a book or this is what you grew up listening to. Hell,
Yeah.
trust me, 90% of the things they told me when I was growing up are lies. As I was growing up, I was finding out.
90.
Even the stories they tell you before you sleep, Even the things you learn in so many places,
John
every
and
bad.
Mary is not real.
Yeah,
John
John and
and
Mary
Mary
is not
is
real.
not
Adam and
real.
Eve. Mm-mm. I don't want to go
Oh
really deep
God.
here. Like I've said some stories in the Bible, but I don't. I never wrote the Bible, or the interpretations they gave some stories in the Bible are fake. So
Mm,
when you are growing up, you have to believe. Yeah, there's Bible, there's God, everything in the Bible. They like you have to believe in God. Come on, if you don't believe in God, then you're stupid,
mm-hmm.
because who
Yeah.
started everything? Like, where did all this come
Yep.
from? So, but I'm saying, but people's narrative of things like that, some of them are lies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, some of them are lies. So that's just what is your determination. You have to tax yourself, learn, discover what is real, what you believe is real, and like all of us, this is what I always tell everybody. When you were born, when you were made, there was a compass put
Mm,
inside of you. When you're doing
mm.
something wrong, even an arm robber know what he's doing is wrong, but he hopes when he
True.
does what he's doing, he should not be caught. So when
Mm-hmm.
you were born, there's a compass of what is right and what is wrong put inside you. Every time you're doing something wrong, there's an unease that you feel. There's a feeling of unease that you feel. There's a kind of weird feeling that you feel. So
Yep.
if you feel that feeling when you want to do something and you go ahead, push yourself and do it, just know you've just done something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. If you talk about, if you want to insult your mom, there's something in you that will tell you, boy, it's not correct. But if you go ahead
Yeah.
to do it, like these days that you see nowadays, because they are training kids that you have every right, your parents don't have the right to talk to you the way they talk, like blah 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 blah. That also goes to doctrine. But there are some things that when you're born,
Mm-hmm.
you feel them. The right and wrong compass is in you. You know that. All of us know
Yeah.
it. We feel it every time we're about to do it. So that's just it. Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's all I have to say for today. I believe this topic of today have been the deepest we've gone. So Eta, do you have anything to say?
Well, thank you guys for tuning in, which you've already said basically, and I think we have said this over and over again.
Yeah.
Podcasts are a forum for us to go deep, for us to talk about stuff which we usually don't talk about. Things which, if you are invited for a 30 minutes or even a 10-minute interview, you will not have enough time to talk about. We go deep into this stuff. So I just hope you guys keep on spreading the word.
Great job.
I hope you guys. What was the just saying now?
Just say Nigerians fighting me on Twitter because of Biggie 237. They said some other shit about boss
Oh,
lady. I know that you're not seeing the comments, but I'll not read it.
yeah.
No, no,
Okay.
I ain't saying shit. DJ Jap, you'll not get this credit this time. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So my phone is now at 5%. Thank you guys for tuning in before my phone goes off. Yeah. So
Okay, he said
see you
he want us
guys.
to talk about my man Gia's boyfriend a bit.
Oh, next episode tomorrow.
No,
Tomorrow
we'll
we'll be
talk
live
about that one
tomorrow.
tomorrow. But that topic is
Yes,
funny.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
funny.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you guys for
Okay,
tuning
guys.
in. And I guess we are. You see my OBS now, I think I'm shutting everything down from OBS. I don't even have to close it again in YouTube. So